Welcome back to Global News Morning. It is that time of week to check in with our very good friend Matt Lee, and congratulations, Matt. On the brand new baby, of course. We talked about that last
Yeah,
week. But you got your shot. I got my shot. We're all getting shots. It's the way to
that's right.
support the ones we love and the city that we love as well.
That's right. I bought the T-shirt. I went out and I wanted to make sure, and I think it actually has support for the kids helpline too. So if you're buying these T-shirts to support it, and yeah, new baby and a shot. I'm having a great spring.
I love you, bud. You might want to wear a T-shirt if you do some landscaping, and that's what we'll
Yeah,
be talking about today. And landscaping, sprucing up a home, not only increases its beauty and its curb appeal, it increases its value.
yeah, it does. And I mean, when you're having somebody drive by the house and they're looking at that appeal, that first home, like that first impression means a lot. And the windows being cleaned, the doors being painted or being cleaned, tidied up, and that landscaping means a lot. And it doesn't have to cost a lot. And I think that that's the one thing that people worry about.
Mm.
So I think that going through a whole list of different ideas to kind of help that, this is the time of year to do it right now.
Visuals always help tell the story with before and after. Talk us through some.
So, I mean, you have this regular lawn that's kind of coming off and it slopes down to the sidewalk. And if you just add a bit of dirt, the rocks are, something that's going to cost a bit of money if you wanted to add these large boulders in. But perennials, I mean, hostas you can find almost anywhere. I had clients that had a whole backyard of hostas and they're like, you know what? Let me know if somebody needs some because we'll give them away. You have the other perennials, and then you have annuals that you can add in, and you can add some color. You go to the Canadian Tires and the local companies just outside of town on Perth Road, and you actually get these nice flowers that you can actually add just kind of like that character piece to your house. You can change the colors every year, just depending on what you want. So I think
Wow.
that it's really, really nice.
Maybe a little bit more upkeep with the garden or landscaping,
Yeah.
but less grass to cut.
If we actually have that those mulch gardens, you do push them out into your yard a bit, and I think that if you raise them up, they give that elegant look to the house. You're giving it a bit of a character piece as well. So you can do different styles, different shapes depending on what you want, and it's really nice. I think that it can be very inexpensive. If you have a yard of mulch dropped off, it's just there's a bit of labor to it, so you have to decide how much you want to do this. But I mean, I think that getting the bags of dirt or getting the yards of dirt dropped off, getting the mulch dropped off, that will clean it up so inexpensively and easy, and then you add your individual pieces to it.
Okay, more pictures here.
Yeah, so we're getting into interlocking brick. I mean, we're getting into a little more of a costly thing. I think that if you look at a couple different places, and what we see is that we look at pulling the old brick out, because when you buy, there's sometimes you'll see like these smaller patios, and they had those old keys, and the old keys look fine. I mean, you can make sure that if you keep them, I would probably wash them down to make sure that they look as nice as possible. There's a really fine sand. It's like almost like concrete sand, and you actually put it in between the stones. One, it keeps the weeds from coming up, and two, it makes it look really nice and tight. So that'll keep that nice look. Or if you want to spend a bit of money, you can pull that out and go with a newer style. We can go with the larger stone. We have a couple different pictures, and we have these 24 by 24 slabs that people are really liking that outdoor living. So the patios tend to be getting bigger. So looking at something like that, having an idea where your sun and shade is in the backyard or in the side yard, will give you an idea of where you want to actually place your entertaining area. So that should
Great
help as well.
considerations there, keeping in mind where you want to put the garden.
They can be very simple. You're looking at maybe some mature trees. If you go out to the local landscaping companies, and you say, okay, well, we want to look at a mature tree, and then we want to put a few pieces around it. The sun and shade will matter for the plants as well. So if your house is facing north and your whole backyard is getting sun all day, then you don't want a shade bush. You don't want something that needs shade so that it doesn't die. You want something that needs full sun and that consideration. If you have that north side facing the road, when you use that kind of setup, you want to make sure you don't put a full sun bush in the front, because your house is going to block that plant all day. So you want to make sure that you're getting the right plants for the right spots so that they stay and they expand and bloom properly. I think that all of these pieces really do make you money. I think that they have to be, the grass has to be fertilized, get it, looking really nice and lush, dark green. And I think having the landscaping either tidied up or doing something that makes it having that entertaining area outside, because we really can't go anywhere, right? So I think that having that extra space for families makes a big difference.
Beautiful. Matt Lee, we thank you so much.
Thank you.
Real estate tips brought to you by Matt Lee of Royal LePage.